Hello my friends, Kaitlyn here, and what are you thankful for this holiday season? So in America, today is Thanksgiving, a time when gluttony is encouraged, but you're also supposed to remember all the things that you're thankful for. But there's also turkey and stuffing and pie, lots of pie. Then the next day, or sometimes even right after you finish lunch, you're supposed to rush to the store and buy more things because they're supposedly on sale, and you really learn the meaning of trample or be trampled on. I feel like I've gotten more cynical about Thanksgiving every single year. But actually, I really do enjoy Thanksgiving in this time of year, despite all the crazy, because I do try to be thankful all year long, but let's be honest, we all kind of get wrapped up in our own little worlds and, everything seems like it's falling apart, and this is a good time for me to step back and say, okay, what is good here? And man, is 2016 an especially hard year to find things to be thankful for. Like, what else could go wrong? But despite all the deaths and the tragedies and this horrific election cycle, I thought that I would make a list of things that I'm thankful for in 2016 and encourage you to do the same. First of all, I am thankful for good health because most of you don't know this, but I actually struggled a lot with my health in 2014 and 2015. I have an autoimmune disorder that they know I have one, but they don't know what it is or exactly what's causing it or how to fix it, but it can cause me a lot of pain, arthritic-like pain, and ulcers and fatigue, and it's just generally not very fun. But doctors have figured out that by treating my low vitamin D levels, that does help relieve a lot of the symptoms. And so in 2016, I have not had any major flare-ups or debilitating episodes, which I am extremely thankful for. When you're healthy, you don't really think about being sick. You can't even really remember what it's like to be sick, but man, when you are sick, you just want a little bit of taste of that health that you had from before, and you really appreciate it. So huzzah for health! The second thing that I am thankful for in 2016 are the YouTube experiences that I've had this year. This year was a very interesting year for me on YouTube. In April, I was selected for YouTube Next Up in New York City, and I got to go to that, and that was really a long shot when I applied to it, and so it connected me with a lot of people, both YouTubers and people within YouTube. Taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't necessarily have learned on my own, and so it's something that I'm very, very thankful for. On the other hand, this has been a pretty stagnant year in terms of YouTube growth. I hit 20,000 subscribers pretty early on in the year, and it's just not really grown as quickly since then. I'm only like a little bit over 22,000 in November, and so that's not the same rate of growth that I was seeing for the past year and a half, and that is very disheartening. But honestly, it's been a little bit of a blessing in disguise because it's taken off some of the pressure to really feel like I have to grow my channel in the way that it was growing. I now have been able to take some time and think about what I really want to do with my channel, like who my real audience is, who I should be talking to in order to cultivate the community that I want. And you may not necessarily see the changes now, but they're kind of under the surface of little things that I'm doing along the way that I think are going to make my channel and just my work on YouTube better in the long run. It's definitely gonna make me happier, and really, if I'm not happy when I'm making videos, then what's the point of making videos? The third thing that I'm thankful for is making new friends. I'm really, really thankful for all the friends that I've made in 2016. You guys know that I struggle with making friends, and I have a lot of confidence issues and just sort of social anxiety, and so I'm very proud of myself for stepping out of my little comfort zone and trying to make new friends, and then just having people who have invested in me too. I'm so appreciative of them and kind of what we've created together. Friends at VidCon, friends in my everyday life, friends at Next Up, friends that I knew back in high school but am better cultivating relationships with them now. Hooray for connecting with other human beings, woohoo! And probably the biggest thing that I am thankful for in 2016 is that I finally got a job offer and was able to move out of my parents' house and have a new job and just This is a super big deal for me because it actually happened in an amazingly convenient way, which I'm not used to those kinds of things happening for me. I am very used to having to fight tooth and nail for anything that I really want. I really spent a long time being pretty unhappy because I couldn't decide if I should just move out of my parents' house with a job that I had in a city that I didn't really like, that was far away from my boyfriend, just to have moved out and kind of move on with my life, or if I should continue waiting to find a job in the city I wanted to be so that I could move there, or just to quit my job and to move to the city that I wanted to be in. And so there were all these kind of crazy things going on and I didn't know what to do. And so finally I got a job, was able to move all in the order that I wanted it to be with the least amount of stress. And it's also a really nice job. I'm getting to make cool things and to expand my skill set. And so that's really better than I could have even asked for. And most thankfully, I am so much less stressed than I was before. I cannot tell you how awesome that is for me. So yeah, there are quite a few things going on for me this year, even though there have been quite a few bad things that happened, but I am choosing to focus, at least in this time, on the really good things. So what about you? What are you thankful for this year? I know 2016 has been a pretty tough year for all of us, but just dig down deep, think about what's been good and what you truly appreciate, and when you find that little sliver of hope, tell me down in the comments. Plus, remember to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if this video made you smile. See you guys on Tuesday. Dance, 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 dance. Dance, dance, subscribe, subscribe. Dance, dance, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.